everybody, Gelato Fish here, and welcome back to another brand new gameplay series. Um, I'm trying to adjust the quality on my mic to make it to where it's not so loud. I think this is a little better. Let's see which one's better. Okay, this one's better, I think. Eh, we'll just stay with this one. Now, there are some topics that I do want to talk about in today's gameplay series. As the last video that I made, I'm gonna go ahead and start the game before I get into like a really long rant. I said some things and I didn't really like give context or expand further on them. And some of the things have updated situations and there are more things that I do want to talk about. For starters, I did go take a tour of the college. It is actually a really nice campus. It is really cool. The people there are nice and my dorm isn't that bad. It's a little small and I am on the third floor.
You want to let the bridge down? Sorry, can't. We got wounded up here. If
Um,
you can get to the other side of the bridge, we can help you get it down.
Let's all try this.
I am gonna turn down the volume just a little bit so that way you guys can hear me.
The river to get across.
But yeah, so another situation that, besides the college thing, that has been going on. I don't know if any of you know who Roman Hawk is. You most likely do because they were pretty famous during a good portion of TikTok's early days. He was the, excuse me, her name is Margot Trend with the bearded dragon. Roman, or I guess Hawk, is the original owner. Well, some stuff has come out since he's transitioned. Turns out he had been severely neglecting Margot, and had let her pass away due to said neglect, and then tried to turn the situation around and lie about it, even though the evidence was clear. He is also, keep in mind, Roman, or I guess Hawk, I'll use either or, probably just Roman, goes by he, they pronouns, I think? So,
Let's get in the store.
but, oh shit, there's guns? Where?
Hey, some guns here.
Is there a fucking tank already? That's actually bullshit. There's no fucking way. Oh shit. Don't fuck that one up. But, basically what happened is that he had severely neglected Margot and decided to turn the situation around after lying about it because evidence was coming out with proof that Margot had been abused. Yet, you know, fame, I guess, is much more worth it than taking accountability for your actions. Are you fucking kidding me? Rochelle is fucked. Well, not only did he lie about neglecting Margot, he started begging for money by saying it cost 4K in order to cremate a bearded dragon, which many bearded dragon owners have came out and said that it does not cost 4K to, you know, cremate a bearded dragon. At most, it'd probably be like 400. But you do know what costs 4K? A fursuit, which he seemingly decided to start a collection of, and I understand that, but if you really needed money that bad, instead of spending most of your money on foam animal suits, you could sell one of them or try and save up the money yourself to actually do it, instead of having to beg people online for it. And then, after getting called out, he went on a little rampage, where he posted a crash-out TikTok wishing people and their family members death and grief, and hoping that they suffered. Which, honestly, that's a low blow on his part, because you can't just go around and start saying stupid shit like that after you've been called out for something that you should take accountability and responsibility for. But, he also does have a NSFW Twitter account. He is a sex worker, which I'm not gonna judge him for that. I mean, shit like that, I don't care, too much. Jesus. Too much about, but at the same time, I also support it because I've been there. I mean, I'm 18, so of course. But if you're a minor, please do not go looking at his Twitter. I'm not gonna give the handle or anything. Because, I mean, I don't want people to go out searching for that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's also, some people have judged him for going through the grief process. I'm gonna pause for a second, of losing Margot and complaining about it and being all sad, and then saying, oh, I have depression, I haven't showered, yet after that he goes right back around to start posting nudes to Twitter. Which, kind of a weird move on his part. I'm not gonna say too much about that topic, because, like, it's not really my place. But, I mean, it is kind of a weird situation. And another thing that I did talk about was the, Peyton Piper Lily Tino situation. So I didn't give any context for that, which I felt like I should have. Peyton Piper is a TikToker, a gay man, who I actually did used to follow and like his content somewhat,
We can get across here.
before all the stuff about him came out. But he did have some pretty weird takes. Such as, he started being like, oh, we need to bring back bullying and all this and that. Yet, whenever he was called out for bullying people, he turned around and started making a bunch of TikToks of him crying and screaming into the camera, being like, people are so mean, why are people so judgmental, this and that. Which, no, you're not a Regina George gay, you're just a piece of shit. Sitting there disrespecting a trans person's pronouns, even though they've done terrible things.
Hey, I'm reloading.
Oh, nice suit, bro. And, a bunch of other stuff is honestly not that great. He also had a lot of other weird takes with certain things. Like, a weird trend I've noticed is that a lot of gay men are very misogynistic, which doesn't really make sense. Like, I get it, women are not within their sexual preference, but at the same time, there's no reason to be a woman-hating piece of shit just because you're gay, and you just think that you have a pass for that. You don't. No matter who you are, you should take accountability for certain actions. Trying to get one of them to trigger the witch so I don't... Rochelle's just gonna fucking die. Yup, I was right. But, he also did have, like I said, a lot of weird takes. Well, Lily Tino, if you guys don't know, was a... I haven't really kept up with the situation since, but is a supposed trans woman, but she also does seem to try and gear certain topics about that towards kids just a little bit too much than she should. Sorry if you guys hear me coughing, by the way. And was called out for a lot of weird and creepy behavior. So, there was that. And something that I did talk about a little bit was the minors invading adult spaces concept, or I guess topic. And I still keep my takes on that. But also, I honestly hate when minors purposefully try to go into adult spaces or try to start shit with people, and then try to pull the "but I'm a minor" card. You should be accountable of your, take accountability of your actions. Because just because you're a minor doesn't mean that you automatically get off scot-free. You know what you're doing, you're old enough to know what is right and wrong, and you are purposefully trying to start shit. So, honestly, I don't really care if a 15-year-old is getting harassed online because they tried to, like, do some stupid shit. Now, doxing, death threats, stuff like that, no, obviously not. But at the same time, hi, Rochelle. But at the same time, I'm not gonna judge people for getting mad at them and calling them out, because the I'm a minor card's not gonna work when you're doing stupid shit, and then you try to back out of it last minute. It's, And some more things, especially some more hot topics. The art community. Now, AI is becoming a really bad thing within the art community, and I've already made my sentiments on this known. But at the same time, if you're talentless, just fucking say that. No one's gonna judge you for not being able to draw or not knowing how to draw. You can always teach yourself, and there's always ways to learn. There's pose references. There's literal bases meant to be traced for you to draw over or color in. Oh god. So, you know... Oh, what the freak? AI is just so freaking stupid. It really is. And this is a topic that I haven't really talked about, but I am gonna bring it up. The Vamp Daddy Evil and Sick and Pretty. That, I keep getting that motherfucker's videos on my TikTok feed, and I keep unwillingly wanting to, like, I see pictures of him posted to TikTok. That whole situation is disgusting. And while yes, Ray, she has done some pretty messed up shit herself, like Asian fishing, like a lot of weird OnlyFans stuff, it's at the same time, I mean, bro's a grown-ass man, a really creature-looking one at that, trying to prey on a minor. Well, she's not a minor anymore. I think she's 19 now? At the time this was, like, majorly happening, she was freshly 18. Which also brings me to the discussion of OnlyFans. Freshly 18, you know, stuff like that. It's not really something that you want to go through. And chances are, it's not even going to give the results that you think it's going to. Many people that do OnlyFans have came out and said that you thinking you're going to make a lot of profit, like, as soon as you start, is not going to happen. It's not going to go how you think it's going to go. Oh shit, it led me right to the witch. I don't want to go upstairs. And most of the time, the only way some people get successful in OnlyFans is whenever they start doing it when they're freshly 18, which is something that really does suck. Because, honestly, that seems like the audience prefers that. Oh, god. In the art community, more things about it. I feel like people in the art community are way too rude and bitchy for, like, absolutely no reason. The whole, the whole, like, rendering style bullshit that started happening back then is really stupid. Just because you don't like somebody's art style doesn't mean you need to sit, we should have went across. Doesn't mean you need to sit there and bully them and hate on them and try and, like, dox them and do a bunch of stupid shit just because you don't like the way they draw. A lot of artists are still young and still learning. I'm still learning, and I've been drawing, like, pretty much all my life. So you really shouldn't, like, judge people too harshly on it. And especially since a lot of the times it is minors who are trying to learn and younger people who are just getting into it that keep getting bullied out of the fandom because people just don't like the way their art looks or don't like what they draw. And another topic that I did bring up last video, the consuming gore and stuff, most people like to use the excuse that fiction does not affect reality and that, oh, since it's just fake, it shouldn't matter that much. That is not true. That is not true in the slightest, and it will never be true. There are many a time where fiction has affected reality and has caused serious things. Like, for example, 2 people have killed themselves, or I think committed homicide over AI chatbots because the bot told them to. Or,
Adrenaline shot.
people that use pro shippers especially, which, by the way, if you're a pro shipper, do not fucking interact. Hate the fuck out of you guys. Use the excuse of, well, it's a healthy coping mechanism, or it's just fiction. It's not a healthy coping mechanism to be shipping siblings, adults and minors, zoophilia, like shit like that. It's not. It's not gonna help you. If anything, you're just feeding more and more into it. And you're consuming it more and more, which means that you're gonna be exposed to it more and more. Especially when you're around other members of the community who could be considerably worse. And what sucks is that it's like a lot of the times it is younger people getting like stuck into situations like that. Like, for example, they think it's a healthy way to cope or this and that when it's really not, and it sucks to see. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, tunnels. You're right. History is crazy.
Shoot the shit out of that thing!
Light that mother up!
I got it.
And it really does suck to see because it feels like a lot of the minors are getting groomed into it, and their mindset is basically, oh, well, it's okay, when it's really not, and it's
Guess this shit's
unhealthy.
old, huh? I don't know, but
Like, it's not helping you,
fire bullets.
it's just making you worse, and it's making your mental state worse. And another thing that I see is that the casual bullying
Nick, you might want to heal now.
of people nowadays is honestly such bullshit. If someone has certain interests or even looks slightly different, they're immediately getting flamed and harassed. Like, for example, in a lot of TikTok cringe compilations, you see Therians or furries being put into it. Oh shit, my gun's out of ammo. When in all reality, it's not. It's a completely harmless thing. Like, for example, Therians and furries aren't hurting people, and the few of them that do give others a wrong impression are not welcome within the community. People need to understand that the actions of one does not represent the many. Just because some furries are zoophiles, pedophiles, or just pieces of shit, doesn't mean all of them are. Now, that is a topic or a thing that I do see trending where it feels like a good majority of them are, but they're really not. And if you want to use that excuse, then half of your priests and state senators and all these other
Hey, everybody,
people
let's get out of the water.
should also be within that list, but they're not. It's a harmless hobby, and a good majority of the people that participate in, like, the Therian stuff, are minors and younger people. Where's that guy going? So, I really don't think people should be as harsh about it as they are.
Ammo here.
If I ever go quiet, it's because someone's near my door or someone's gonna walk in.
Reloading! Let's keep moving.
Oh, mother fricker. Okay.
Hey, Nick, bird on the shoulder.
I'm trying to think of, like, other topics that I do want to discuss. So far there's not really, like, much that's interesting.
Go inbound! It's open, go!
Which, if I do go quiet some of these videos, that is my fault. I'm low-key kind of locked in right now. And especially when it comes to, like, these, parts where you have to, like, run from the zombies and stuff like this. Which also, well, I don't know. Like I said, trying to think of more interesting things to talk about in order to keep the content flowing, because, like, I have 2 more chapters, or I guess campaigns, episodes, levels of this game to get through this video.
Let's head up the ladder.
Which, my boyfriend, he did watch my last video, and I want to go ahead and say this to him now. Oh, you motherfucker. You should, like, totally get yourself a better laptop so we can play. Feature him in some of my videos one day. Oh shit, that's Coach. I don't really know. I don't really think there is any other hot topics. There is a situation, unfortunately, going on with Corey Kenshin, which I'm not going to speak much on because I haven't looked into the full situation. But parasocial relationships is something that's really, really bad. Your favorite content creators do not care about you. Your favorite content creators are not always going to be good people. They are human beings with flaws. They are adults. They have their own lives. They have their own personal things. Going around and acting as, you know, weirdest people.
Where are you gonna take Zoe on your first date?
Oh,
Well, it's the
God.
zombie apocalypse. First dating days are over. By the way, I'm gonna have to borrow your
But,
suit because we're skipping right to the marriage, brother.
yeah.
We're going cross country. Just her, me, and the Jimmy Gibbs.
Shit, what was I saying? Parasocial relationships, blah, 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 YouTubers. You know, they... Actually, I think this is the last part.
Where are you headed?
We heard New Orleans was the last holdout. Now I just figured we'd go there. Hey, you folks want to come with us?
Nah, good luck with that. We've had enough of the military.
Let's get you on your way. Head down and fill up the generator, and we'll cover you from up here.
Sounds good. Thanks, man.
Okay, I know what I was gonna say. They're not your friends, they're content creators. They make videos and other things for you to watch. They're not your friends. Which means that acting so surprised when they get into controversies or a bunch of other things, it's like... I mean, it's... I don't know, it's just one of those really weird things. Oh, and another really heavy topic. Purity culture. That is absolute bullshit. The age of censorship...
Oh, I'm going with the rifle.
Sorry, buddy, I'm taking your gun. Purity culture is absolute bullshit. What the fuck? There doesn't need to be super extra censorship within media or online. People are allowed to be freaks of nature if they want to be. Acting really surprised when you see an adult doing adult things is honestly so stupid. Because they're adults, what do you expect? Same with people that judge mersuiters, which, by the way, the furry fandom wouldn't necessarily exist without them. They're one of the founders of said furry community. So hating on mersuiters is kind of dumb. If they're consenting adults, and if they clean their gear properly and do things in a safe, sane, and consensual way, who are you to judge? Same with kinks such as CNC and a bunch of other things. People sit there and want to act like they are such bad things, when in all reality, CNC is nowhere near some of the other things people compare it to. Age play and some other stuff like that, that's controversial topic, but listen, what you want to do in the bedroom with your partner or in your own free time is what you want to do. No one can stop you. But as soon as you try to put it online and start being public about it, that's when you can be judged for it. Because if you don't want to be judged for certain topics, then you shouldn't be putting it online, especially if it's such controversial things such as that. Which, I mean, is it inherently bad? A little bit. I mean, it's pretty fucking weird. But like I said, if they're two consenting adults and they're in their own private area, where the fuck are the other gas cans? There's not really much you can do about it. But at the same time, don't start going online about stuff like that and expect not to have people judge you for it. But purity culture is honestly so stupid, because, you know, I do believe that we should limit access to what spaces minors have, you know, are able to get into to mostly protect them from, like, weird shit, but there's nothing wrong with, you know, being a gooner or a freak. Which also reminds me, people automatically turning towards artists and being like, gooner art style just because their art. Oh, why didn't you have to fucking use that? Because their art looks mildly, I guess, sus, is also kind of stupid. Um, Plus, even if an artist does draw porn, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, dude, as long as the artist is over 18, or I guess, oh shit, I walked right into that one. As long as the artist is 18 and over, they should be allowed to draw whatever content they want, as long as it's like sane content. I mean, if you're gonna sit there and draw like feral art or whatever and post it, then no, I guess. I mean, there's spaces where you can post that stuff. But, and the topic of people saying that minors shouldn't draw NSFW, yes and no. Should they post it online and be public about it? No, they should not. That is not something that they should do. But if a person wants to draw, like, female anatomy or human anatomy or stuff of that nature and keep it private just to themselves, that is fine. When they start going online and posting stuff like that and being open about stuff like that is whenever it does become an issue. Which, I mean, I guess I do have a lot of hot takes, and you guys can straight up disagree with me on any of them you like. I mean, that's the whole point. Freedom of speech. You don't have to agree with everything a person says, and you don't have to support everything a person says. Oh, fuck. But that is just, some of my hot takes. And another thing that I have seen,
God damn, you're good.
there is stuff that people should not be romanticizing. Like, for example, Lolita and all of that stuff. That's not something that you should be trying to make normal or something that you should be... God damn, there was two of them? Oh, his ass is after me. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, I wanted to watch them fight. Those aren't things that you should be trying to romanticize. And what makes me mad is that a lot of people misinterpret Lolita as a love story when in fact it is not. It has been proven that the narrator is an unreliable one. It is told from the stepfather's point of view. Which means that you see it from his perspective, where the point of view is warped and what actually happens is warped. It is not a love story, it is a story of a young girl who was groomed and forced into certain things. But, you know, some people just don't seem to have basic media literacy comprehension. Which also reminds me, I don't understand why some people are so willing to be ignorant nowadays and so unwilling to learn and read. It is not a flex or something you should be proud of when you sit there and tell people, well, I haven't touched a book since 3rd grade. Good for you for not... Jesus fucking Christ, there's so many special infected. But I mean, that's just not something you should be proud of. Oh, I'm fucked. I might be fucked. And it honestly does contribute a lot of times to just... People have proven time and time again that they're dumb. Which, I mean, that's no surprise. Human beings have their mistakes. Human beings have flaws. Oh shit, nice. But also, it's just not really, like, a good thing to sit there and tell people that you refuse to learn and that you're happy in being ignorant. Pick up a book. It is not funny. I completely fucking missed. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, and another thing. People being unnecessarily rude. Like, for example, every time you go to TikTok comments or Instagram Reel comments, everyone is always like, shut your bitch ass up. Or, who cares? Or, man, this shit's so cringe. That... There's honestly no point in unneeded rudeness and judgment. It is not that difficult to just scroll past or block and go about your day. You don't need to sit there and harass people online just because you don't like the content they make or their opinions on certain stuff. I'm not going to go out of my way to hate on every MAGA poster's comment sections. Do I support people like that? No. And if you're a conservative Trump supporter or anything like that, you can kindly fuck off because you're basically denying basic fucking human rights. But I'm not going to go out of my way to their comment section to sit there and start shit and judge and hate. Now, am I a hater? Oh, yes, definitely. I do hate. I am pretty judgmental. But I mean, everyone is. And people that want to sit there and be like, I'm not, I don't judge people, blah, 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 you're a liar. Everyone has at some point. It's a really basic human thing to do. And you're not a bad person for it. You're really not. It's just...
Hey, got a can.
I'm almost done, I'm almost done, I'm almost done, I'm almost done, I'm almost done. Oh my god. Gotta grind, gotta grind. What the fuck is the smoker? I'm right here. But, I don't know, I feel like the topics that I talked about in this video weren't as good as the last one, but at the same time, there wasn't really much to talk about. I couldn't really think of any other topics. I love you, Zoe. You're my baby girl. But, yeah. I am gonna pause this so I can talk for a little bit. Well, I guess I should wait. So, I'm trying to think of something else that I do want to talk about. There's not really much I can think of. Honestly, the most thing I can think of right now is the whole purity culture thing, where everyone is hating on anything that's mildly NSFW, suggestive, or offensive. Just because you see a pair of tits on a movie for like maybe a few seconds doesn't mean that you should clutch your pearls and flip your shit. And people should be allowed to express themselves freely, even if some of that is raunchy. It's not your place to judge. You can, privately, but once you start being severely open about it towards them and being mean about it and harassing that person, that's when it starts becoming a problem. And another thing that I've been seeing a lot of lately is every time you go to check the comments of a TikTok video, there's always this stupid, hey, don't hate me, I'm just here to spread the word, but Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, and he died on the cross for you. No one fucking cares. You going through and doing the same stupid copy and paste shit on people's videos about the unrelated topic, just to spread your own beliefs and religion, is not going to make people want to convert. I grew up Catholic, and I do have a major problem with a good majority of religions that do believe in Jesus, simply because a lot of Christians, I've noticed, only use Christianity as a beard to pretty much fucking explain their horrific piece of shit human actions. Just because you believe in Jesus Christ doesn't mean that you're automatically exempt from being called out for being an absolute raging thunder cunt. And doing shit like that is not going to make people want to convert or believe in him. If anything, it's going to push people away. And I've noticed not all religious people are like this. I don't care if you're religious. If you're cool about it, that's okay. We'll get along. My issue relies with the religious people that try to force it down your throat and think that almost everything is a sin. A lot of them are hypocrites. That much is very, very true. Um, shit. I'm trying to think of what I was gonna say. Yeah. And, trying to shove it down people's throats it's stupid. You can't sit there and hate on gay people and be like, well, they're trying to force their lifestyle on us whenever you're doing the exact same thing. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say this now. I would be safer in a room full of drag queens than I would be in a room full of priests. But I'm also not a 12-year-old boy, so honestly, the priest probably wouldn't like me that much. Um, so that's another thing. It's just my biggest issue with the world is that I wish people could be themselves, and I wish people were allowed to express themselves in a way that's not really shitty. Everyone is allowed to say what they want and express themselves how they want. That's the whole freedom of speech. Do I like how some people do it? No. But at the same time, I can't stop them because they're doing what they want to do. It's also just a matter of I wish people would stop being so aggressive towards each other. You don't like furries? That's fine. Don't be a bitch about it. You don't like religious people? That's fine. Don't be a bitch about it. It's simple as that. Mind your own fucking business. Some people can't seem to handle that. Some people can't seem to grasp the concept of move along, don't mind. They want to make it their problem, and then they want to make it everyone else's problem when they get mad or offended. Like, I'm sorry that a woman with big tits and a tight shirt wearing a cute dog mask pisses you off enough that you have to sit there and rage in their comment section when you could have easily been the bigger person and just moved along. And another thing, fat phobia and skinny phobia. If you're fat, that is perfectly okay. No one cares. It is okay to say that you're fat, but sitting there trying to be like, oh, well, I eat healthy and this and that, and lying about your habits to try and make yourself seem better, that's where the problem is. It is okay to look the way you do. There is nothing wrong with the way a person looks or how they think they look. Some people, and I do struggle with this too, often judge themselves a little bit too harshly, and unfortunately there's not really much one can do about that as it's your own brain, and that's something that you have to work past yourself. But at the same time, it really should not matter much what other people think of you and what other people say about you. You may think this chick's body is 10 times better than yours, but at the same time, there's another person that probably thinks your body is 10 times better than hers. Everyone's unique and pretty in their own way, and everyone has unique traits. People looking unique is awesome. I like when people look different. I like really weird haircuts. I love goth people, emo people, furries, people that look, against the norm. It's fun. It's freedom of expression. Following the same basic cookie cutter set of, you know, trends and other stuff, it's people are so afraid to express themselves and express individuality because of what other people think. And I think that it's stupid that we have pressured other people so much as a society into caring so much about what other people think and about what they look like. It doesn't matter. Just because, let me find a way to word this right. You can have a pretty face, but such a shit personality that your face is ugly. Just because you look a certain way doesn't make you automatically pretty or whatever. It matters who you are as a person. I don't think it should matter what someone looks like as long as they're a good person. And I also don't think it should matter what someone looks like if they're a bad person. But at the same time, I've noticed a trend where a lot of very conventionally attractive people or people that get really popular for the way they look have shown pretty shitty personality traits. And I don't think that we should be hyping up people like that just because they follow certain beauty standards or they conform to what everybody wants them to. It's stupid. I mean, it's just really, really dumb. Like, if you're not someone's cup of tea, that's fine. You'll always be someone else's cup of tea. Some people just don't like tea, but that's okay. Everyone likes what they like. Just don't be a dick about it. If you don't like people that are on the bigger side, that's fine. Don't purposefully go out of your way to try and seek out those people and then judge them if that's not what you're into. Stick to what you're into. You'll be happier that way. Oh God. Um, this rant has been going for way too freaking long now. Um, please do subscribe, comment, like, do whatever you guys want. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope that you guys did enjoy my ranting. If there's anything else that you guys want me to discuss in the comments, or anything else you would like me to discuss in future videos, please do let me know. Um, I will probably start making not call out posts, but like commentary videos at some point. Maybe if I can learn how to do them, because I'm not the best at editing or anything, obviously, as you guys can tell. But I'm always open to talk about other things, and I'm always open to discuss more topics that people feel like that needs to be discussed. So if you enjoyed this video, that's good. I love you guys. Mwah. This is Gelato Fish signing out.